around, but especially in the last quarter of the year. Why? Why is that? Well, for most of us, we tend to slow down a bit in the last quarter of the year. It can be more difficult to produce leads. It can be longer between sales cycles. And so what we need to do is focus on ways that help us market more cost effectively. We should be doing this at every point of the year, but there's no better time and no more prudent time than right now. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in depth. We're also going to talk about increasing lead capture and landing pages, how you should be using those. We're going to talk about things like Google and other search engine pay-per-click programs. Folks, and I'm not talking about search engine optimization. I'm talking about a different thing altogether, so make sure you're paying attention to that. And if you need help with distinction, we're going to cover that. We're going to talk about lead farming. You know, once we get these leads, what do we do so that we can get appointments and we can get sales? And, of course, we're going to have a Q&A session. And one thing I want to point out right here at the very beginning, folks, please pay attention to this right now. In that session, after we're done covering all this, this is going to be an open dialogue for you to participate in. And we're going to actually cover, we're going to tell you what you must be saying right now, whether it be in your marketing or on sales appointments or when people phone in. What's the message that will actually get people to buy now in the month of October, in the month of December, and in between, and beyond even, you know, January, February. What messages should we be using? So make sure you hang on for that. We're not going to throw that out here at the beginning. It's very important. If you want it, you're going to have to work for it by paying attention, participating, and hanging in to the end. It'll be worth it, I promise. So in a nutshell, right, here's today's agenda. How to get leads, what to do next, how to close leads, you know, close sales, and then have our Q&A session. It's as simple as that. With your help, we're going to make it really smooth. So let's start by talking about e-marketing. You know, what is e-marketing? E-marketing is both online and offline. So forget about what you think e-marketing is, folks. E-marketing actually occurs in the offline world as well, right? E-marketing is, I want you to think of this. When someone sees your ad, whether it be an online ad or an offline ad, they respond, right? You know, they have a response. If they read your ad in the newspaper, they have a response. It might be to call you. It might be to visit your website. It might be to email you. And now you're going to start to see why e-marketing is also online, because their response can be online. And in fact, over 60% of the time today, it is online, right? Back in the day, if you placed an ad in the newspaper,